나물 캐러 캐러 가가지고 그 더리가에 놀다가 부들리 갔잖아 일본한테. 그렇게 노예처럼 끌고 가서 사람을 말 안 들으면 때리고. 내가 이 증인을 해서 이 실토를 안 하면은 이게 평생에 묵히고 만다. 정말 꽃 같은 청춘을 다 때리고 일본 정부가 우리 앞에 당하고 와서 진짜 사지라고 보상을 해야 됩니다.
Old ladies from all over the peninsula finally came to Jeju Island. The old ladies were smiling once again after so long not having to. They were once deprived of a chance to lead the life of ordinary women against their will. Japan succeeded in colonizing Korea and began expanding their territory in Asia through waging war. The Japanese army began the operation of comfort stations as countermeasures for accidents and sexual diseases that broke out from rapes in war. Japan turned their attention to the colonized Korean women. As the battle line expanded, they came to need more women. Japan began mobilizing Korean young women systematically through organized national bodies. Military sexual slavery by Japan is another tragedy to women in colonized Korea. They utilized many ways such as deceit, kidnapping, and alluring them to the battlefields.
놀다가 부들리 갔잖아 일본한테. 부들리 갔잖아. 들에서 놀다가.
들에서 놀다가?
예. 친구들하고 놀다가.
그때 기억나시는 대로 좀 얘기 좀 해주시면.
기억나는 거 기억이 다 있지. 들에서 놀다 나물 뜯고 있다가 장난치고 놀다가 부들리 가가지고 그러가요. 그때는 차 같은 것도 이래 지금 이래 많이 안 없었거든. 그래 그거 택시 아니고 그거 먹고 이름 못 쓰고 차 타고 그래 되고 어디 가노 가야겠네. 공자 취직시집에 가면 데려가잖아.
Comfort stations were set up in Japanese military bases. They were at risk of being shot with bullets. The battle line spreads to China, Philippines, Indonesia, and South Pacific. And from 100,000 to 200,000 Asian women had to become comfort women for Japanese military. The women were dragged all across. What awaited them were Japanese soldiers suffering from the fear of death and war. The Korean comfort women had to deal with up to 4 to 50 soldiers each day. They weren't allowed any breaks nor exceptions of any kind.
손님이 많아기 때문에 다른 각수들도 많하지만 그날은 많이 내보낸 게 100명에서 내보낸 겁내 말리무지 이렇게 아주 그 일요일 같이 뭐 이래서부터 가슴이 툭툭툭툭 그때 기다리는 생각하면
김밥을 또 먹었지 말아가지고 일본 도시락가 있나 일본 도시락가 지금 벤토를 간다 벤토에다가 벤토 뜨거리기나 뭐시기나 세게서 여기다 갖다 놓는다 물하고 그러게다가 신대 가서 이 방 저 방 막 벅적거리고 시끄럽고 막 벅적벅적하니 신이 나서 그러니 이게 나오려고 어디는 저 화장실에 내가 밑에 거 씻으러 갈 여도 없는데 깨물어 먹네. 배가 고프네.
The Japanese military managed the Comfort Women camp strictly. Both military and privately run places received direct military supervision. The soldiers paid cash or army tickets to utilize the facility. The fees and usage guidelines were classified in detail. The soldiers were given condoms named Attack Number 1, but not many of them used them. Regular sanitary checkups were carried out by army surgeons, but it wasn't for the women, but to prevent further proliferation of venereal diseases within Japanese army. The Comfort Women had to reveal their bodies upon hard wooden examination boards. According to the report written by one surgeon who managed the Comfort Women camp, the Comfort Women were nothing more than munition to carry out the war.
한번은 내 빼가지고 왔는 걸 끄지고 와가 지어가 딱 사놔놓고 열어가지고 댕댕 까놓고 별가 비껴놓고 열어가 놔놓고 칼로 가야 저 가슴 이거로 이렇게 하면 지고 싹 돌아보대야 싹 돌아보면 피가 안 나오고 허연기에 허연도 버럭 같은 게 툭툭툭툭툭 그러대. 아이고 나 기절했다. 그럼 하면 나는 그만 그때 또 죽고는 게야. 그래 전부 다 아들 보라고 아들 다 갖다 놔놓고 너희도 내 빼마 일한다 하면.
The 15th of August 1945, Japan declared unconditional surrender to the Allies. The Japanese army surrendered to the Allies or committed a suicide path. The Comfort Women who were with them to the last moment were either murdered or left at rough places.
군인들이 내치와갖고 우리로 가자는 거야. 그래,
일본 군인이?
응, 그래 일본 군인이지. 그래 와갖고 우리로 가자고 하니까 어디로 가는 줄 모르고 따라가는데 이리 높은 산으로 가잖아. 우린 길 모르니까 어둠에가 어둠인 줄 모르고 가는데 산을 가는데 왜서 여기를 가는지 피란 가자 했으니까 우리는 거기 피란을 가는 줄 알았지. 근데 우리를 버리러 갔단 말이야 그놈들이 거기다가.
Those women who were alive had to face hard situations all the same. They were dragged against their will and lived in cages and had no clue how to return to their homes. They were soon forgotten in the places they were abandoned. They could have taken the way back home as the POWs of the Allies or gave up out of shame. They simply could not return with tainted bodies. Those who returned after going through indescribable hardships kept quiet about their past. They even wished to erase all memories of those around them and left within them. Right after the end of the war, the Allies tried main war criminals of Japan. The Chief of General Staff of the Japanese Army, Dozo Hideki, and 7 others were sentenced to death. But no crimes committed to Asia and Korea included ever were mentioned. Hence, the issue of Comfort Women for Japan Army faded into history. For the first time in Korea, Kim Hak-soon testified disgraceful experiences of Comfort Women. The Korean Council and the Korean government set up a call center and started receiving reports of victims of Comfort Women. The state crime committed by Japan on women started to resurface from history and took on proper shape.
처음에는 우리가 그렇게 나발 안 부르으면 지금 여기까지 오지도 못했어. 그렇죠. 그래 이거는 꼭 이거는 밝혀야 된다. 다 모르고 있으니까 그래. 이건 나는 당사자 나는 안단 말이다. 내가 이 증인을 해서 이 실토를 안 하면은 이게 평생이 묵히피고 만다. 이래 내가 적은 걸 갖다가 이걸 실토를 해가지고 내가 증인을 해가지고 저 사람들한테 알려야 되겠다는 그런 마음이 나게.
But Japan ignored and denied the testimonies by the older ladies. They held out onto their standpoint that there is no material evidence despite the vocal testimony by Kim Hak-soon. They continued to state that Japanese government had no part in Comfort Women issues. The older ladies began protesting in front of the Japanese embassy in Korea with the Prime Minister Miyazawa's visit. They asked for recognition of truth, official apology, and demanded reparations. They also demanded historical education on the comfort women issues, but Japanese government did not respond nor reply. That was the beginning of Wednesday's demonstration in front of the embassy in Korea that continues till now. An official document was found that showed Japanese government was involved in operating comfort camps. This document was the result of a conscientious Japanese scholar, and it contained proof that governments worked closely with military to enlist, organize, and manage comfort camps. The final stamp by Vice President proves that Japanese government received detailed reports on the progress of comfort camps' policies. Efforts continued to place issues of comfort women for Japanese military as international agenda, to prove through Commission on Human Rights that comfort centers were state crimes committed by Japan and that it seriously violated women's rights. Participation Vienna World Conference on Human Rights in 1993 alarmed many of this issue. Many efforts were put into recording the testimonies of experiences from the victims of the comfort women camps. Korean Jungshin Dae's Institute and the Korean Council for the Women drafted for military sexual slavery by Japan made known to the world the testimonies through voice, book, pictures, and video recordings. It was the result of self-sacrificing efforts of the old ladies, the victims themselves. The work of collecting the testimonies from the comfort women all over the country is still continuing. International solidarity was also formed. The civil groups of victimized nations such as North and South Korea, China, Indonesia, and others held annual conferences since their first meeting in 1992. It is a joint effort to tackle the issue through firm solidarity. Participation in the United Nations Conference on Women in Beijing in 1995 made known to human rights activists in the world on the comfort women of Japanese military issues and brought about deep sympathies.
Yes, justice! Yes, justice! Yes, legal responsibility! Yes, legal responsibility!
UN Human Rights Commission Special Rapporteur on Violence Against Women decided to look into the comfort women issues. The Special Rapporteur, Kumaraswamy, listened to the local victims' testimonies and collected diverse information regarding comfort women issues. She completed a report on the Japanese military sexual slavery system based on the research made and presented to the UN Human Rights Commission. The report by Kumaraswamy contains 4 main suggestions regarding Japan. Cornered by worsening international opinions, Japan presented a compromise. The Japanese government argued that the compensation responsibility regarding forced takings, etc., was settled by Korean-Japan Treaty signed in 1965. Therefore, it was money paid out to victims of sexual slavery system merely out of a sense of morality. It wasn't the recognition of truth and compensation, but a consolation money in the form of civil contribution. Money collected from Japanese citizens enclosed with individual apology letters from Prime Minister Murayama began to be delivered to victims in South Korea, Taiwan, the Philippines. The result was anger from the victims. What the ladies wanted was not materialistic reward, but admission to historical truth, official apology, and compensation by the Japanese government.
엄마들이 돈만 주면 저 사람들은 해결 나는 기다. 이래 인정한단 말입니다. 그 인정받고 말지 모욕당한 것 같아요. 그 사람들 돈을 받고 지금 주었다고 말이지 쾌활한 마음으로 하겠지만 우리들로 생각해서는 아주 모욕적이라고 생각해.
The old ladies stood firm in their will, and women's groups got even more active.
20만 명이 넘는 여성들을
In 1998, at the UN Sub-Commission on Human Rights, Gay MacDonald, the Special Rapporteur on Systematic Rape, Sexual Slavery and Wartime, submitted her report. in which he stated that the comfort stations were rape centers.
유엔의 여론이
December 2000, a trial took place to judge the crimes committed to Asian women during war by Japan. North and South Korea formed a joint prosecutor group and worked to solve the comfort women issues. The old ladies from North and South Korea stood on stand to testify. There were testimonies by the assaulters of the Japanese army also. Outside the court, Japan's extreme rightists continued to demonstrate. They claimed comfort women came voluntarily, and they accused the Japanese as traitors to their own country. On the last day of trial, the judges gave their verdict from examining charges of prosecutors for a week.
Emperor Hirohito guilty of crimes against humanity.
여기 계신 할머니들의 명예와 존엄성은
The ladies of North Korea applauded the court for finding Emperor Hirohito guilty of the charges on comfort women. A year later, the final verdict was delivered in Hague, Netherlands. The international human rights judges unanimously found the war criminals of Japan guilty. Guilty of superior and individual responsibility for the crimes committed against the former comfort women. The ruling was handed out to each victim who testified at court. History is proven, but Japan still refuses official apology and compensation. The victims are being buried at the other side of history, one by one. Kang Duk-kyung passed away, who painted the past of comfort women.
할머니들 돈 한 푼이면 될 얼마 던져주면 될 줄 알아도 천만에 이 아파도 다 사는 날 날 수 있고 우리 할머니들의 소원은 그래서 꾸준히 200차가 넘도록 이렇게 수여식을 하고 이런 우리 죽을 때까지 한 사람이 남을 때까지라도 내가 하고 싸울 테니까 이런 사람들하고 싸울 테니까.
The old ladies left standing are not in good health. They suffered abuse and illnesses during the comfort center times, so they are physically weak. And most of them have no chance to take care of their health due to economic difficulties right after war. So they have more illnesses than others their age. The psychological aftermath is just as serious as physical diseases. It is due to extreme fear and anxiety they have faced in the war and from soldiers. They suffered from astrophobia, depression, insomnia, and others. Japan is applying for a permanent member of the UN Security Council, while still ignoring responsibility on comfort women issues. Civil groups are carrying out international anti-petition movements with the Korean Council for the women drafted for military sexual slavery in Japan. Last April 2005, activists participated in the Commission on Human Rights with signatures of 2,000 people to continue demanding apology and compensation from Japan through this international organization continuously, and the target now is 1 million people. Soon, a human rights museum will be set up containing the sad past and struggles of the old ladies. It is to let the growing generations remember the comfort women issues and not to do it again in history. The Wednesday demonstrations continues for over 14 years. The old ladies shout out to Japan in front of the Japan embassy in Korea every week.
일본 정부는 우리 앞에 공식적인 사죄하고 청춘을 외상해라!
The old ladies are lotuses blooming from mud. Standing tall in history from bitter, sorrowful past. We wish they will get back their justice and honor.